Welcome to Starbridge Center's series of small videos. This time we will talk about meditation. What meditation is and what it is not. Let us first touch a common confusion, because the word meditation is used in two ways. It's used to describe a technique, it's used to describe a state. Reality is, though, you can use a technique without being in the state. You can count sheep without being asleep, for instance. So, doing a meditation technique is a very good idea, if it's a good technique, if it helps you, but it is not the same as you are in a meditative state. So in everyday language we say, I am meditating, and by you saying that, the listener will know you are not in a meditative state, you are doing an exercise. If you were in a meditative state and somebody talked to you, you may not hear it. So, the meditative state is a level of consciousness that is a natural part of the human mind. You could say, roughly, that we have three levels: a subconscious, an ordinary conscious, and a level of consciousness above the meditative, the higher conscious. And just as it does not take a technique to fall asleep, counting sheep may help, but that's because it's so boring, so you fall asleep, 1,000,001, 1,000,002, and so on. It is not possible to sleep because you count. At some stage you give up counting. Anyway, similarly, a higher conscious, the meditative state, is a complete presence. There is no choice. Krishnamurti calls it choiceless awareness. This is a natural faculty of the mind. It is not something special. It's not something you can learn. It's not something that somebody else can teach you. It is there already. The problem is we have been taught how not to go there. So the teaching that is sorely needed, the technique that is needed, is to help us unlearn the wrong learning. Help us not feeling that meditation is difficult. Help us allowing ourselves to surrender to meditation. But this is the very point. Falling asleep is difficult if you're uptight. Why? Simply because the tension that is in your body and so on will make you not really ready to relax, not really ready to surrender. Completely similar meditation. Meditation requires that you are ready to surrender, to relax into the higher aspects of you. But who does not harbor some ideas of shortcomings? I don't mean humbleness. I mean ideas that I am not good enough, I am not worthy, and so on. Unfortunately, in our society, it is not in fashion to like ourselves. We are brought up to be conditional. I am liked because I look good. I'm liked because I'm rich. I'm liked because I'm good at something. Maybe you like the qualities, but genuine love is not dependent on something. So, most of us do not have genuine love to ourselves. I love me because I'm me. I don't know. Most people know I love me good at this, look good at that, in that, and so on and so forth. So meditation means that we have to be ready to surrender into who we believe we are, in order, therefore, to pass through who we believe we are and get into who we actually are. We have developed a technique working on this, the Kala Chakra technique, which you can find on our website. But really, any meditation technique is trying to bring us past who we believe we are and make us ready to see who we actually are. And who are we then? We are a point of consciousness. We are a bliss, conscious bliss, feeling of purposefulness, meaningfulness, awareness, joy. That type of keywords will cover that you are on the verge of getting somewhere. So, meditating, understood as a technique, is usually necessary to unlearn the wrong learning, to allow ourselves to surrender to meditation as a state of consciousness. When we reach the state of consciousness, there is no technique possible, no technique needed. At the foot of the mountain, there's many different paths leading upwards. At the top of the mountain, there's only one. To find the right technique, you need, of course, to search what sort of techniques attracts you. Then you need to try them. We don't know how food tastes if we don't at least put one morsel into our mouth. So, try the techniques you have chosen. 3 months to half a year. Give them a good go, where you actually commit yourself. If it's a good technique, it may well bring you through difficult phases, all your inner prejudice against yourself, because that will prevent you from surrendering to you. I mean, who could surrender to that bastard? You, I mean. Deep down, we are not bastards. Our inner core is beautiful, but we may not know it. So most people are a bit scared to surrender to themselves. A good meditation technique has as purpose to bring us past that and into the genuine experience of our actual core, bliss, love, compassion, that type of words. Choose a technique, give it a good go. If your heart tells you, no, this is not me, move on to another technique. 3 months to half a year, and so on. When you find the technique that works, stay there. The world is full of beautiful scriptures that all in different ways are trying to describe the same truth. But when you have found a way of describing truth that actually quells your thirst, then the only reason for reading other scriptures, other techniques, is if you are a teacher or if you want to honor other people's ways. But the fact that other teachings, other scriptures are beautiful should not sway you to change to other techniques than the one you know work for you. So it is not enough it works for your teacher. It's not enough it works for some authority that you look up to. It has to work for you. Good luck in your search. Thank you.